All right, so today on the channel we have Alex with his G80 M3. We're gonna go through the spec. As you can see, it's pretty heavily modified.
What's going on, guys? I'm Alex. You can find me on Instagram for my car page at 800hp M3, or my personal Instagram for fitness, which is @Gibson_fitness. And today we're going to be doing a little walkthrough of my car. I'm a big Beamer guy, and this car has been a dream of mine for a long time. And I got this thing about a year ago, so I'm almost at the 1 year. I'm at like the 11.5 month mark right now, and I've put way too much money into this thing already.
For work, or?
Yeah, so I'm a pro bodybuilder, and then I also train clients through my mobile app. So it's all like one-on-one fitness coaching, weight loss, muscle building. So basically, my passion is just lifting weights. I'm a chill guy that likes to lift weights and drive fast cars. And so I help people out with the getting in shape aspect.
Anybody out there is looking for any fitness help, he's going to be your guy to reach out to. But we're going to stay focused more on the car today. So tell me about what year, what trim of M3 it is.
Yeah, so this is a 2023 M3 Comp X Drive. So top of the line trim, has just about every option. So the sticker was about 100,000, and I bought it secondhand, so it had about 17,000 miles when I bought it. Paid about 84,000 for it, but yeah, pretty much the only thing that was an option from factory was carbon ceramic brakes, and then there wasn't bucket seats. But to be honest, I've sat in bucket seats. I think they look phenomenal. So like a part of me wants to buy them.
I think you might be a little too big for bucket seats.
Yeah, I'm too big for them. They're not comfortable at all. Like, they're just like pinching my shoulders in, and it's like my posture would be screwed if I had buckets.
I'm like probably half your size, and when I sit in them, I feel like I think I could get away with having them, but I feel the tightness. So for you, definitely not a good fit.
The thing that I love though is just how slim they are, right?
Yeah.
I think the comfort seats look a little bit too bulky, and so I'm obsessed with the look of the bucket seats. So if I could go back in time, I might get them, but I'm happy at the same time that I
think most people get the bucket seats for the look, and then the comfort's kind of secondary.
I did, so because I don't have buckets, but I still wanted that carbon look, I did the full seat backs in carbon. So that was my my alternative to the buckets.
That looks pretty cool. I have only the top piece, but I do like the full back. It definitely gives it more of an aggressive look.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm never in the back seat. I'm always driving.
Yeah.
But like when I have passengers, they're like, dude, the back of your seats look sick. So I guess, you know, it's more for the aesthetics.
You also have one other thing that you modified on the inside.
Oh, starlights, yeah. You really can't see it just because it's so bright. It just looks like a normal Starliner right now, but at night it's 560 starlights, so it looks like the Rolls Royce. You can change it to like basically an unlimited amount of colors. There's an app, so there's a color wheel, and you can pick the color, and then it also syncs to your music as well. So if you're playing like an EDM song or something, it's super trippy.
So later, I'll pull one of the cars out of the garage, and then we could pull it in, turn off the lights so we could show them what it looks like.
Yeah.
The car in the garage really quickly so we could show you the Starlight headliner. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to show you guys the Starlight headliner. Some people love it, some people hate it. Whoa, I feel like I'm in not in an M3. It's pretty badass. So you can change the colors and everything on it?
Yep. Just click this remote.
Turn this off. Pretty cool. What do you guys think of the Starlight headline? The cool part is like during the day you would never know it's there, and then you get this cool little feature at night.
Yeah, you can also have it like jump, so it's gonna cycle through colors on its own as you look up. See, the motor speed up, you get more twinkling, as you can see now. Can you hear that little motor?
We could see the original color peeking through. So we have what, Tanzanite?
Yeah, Tanzanite blue too was the original color. When I bought it, there was Stealth PPF on it, so it looked like matte Tanzanite.
Right.
And so there's actually still the Stealth underneath the wrap. So I have the original paint, and then after the original paint is the Stealth PPF, and then the vinyl Inazitec soft blue wrap on top.
You're on Strass wheels, correct?
Yep, those are the Strass 3-piece forged SV10Ms. And yeah, I love these wheels. I mean, polished wheels, I just love the color of polished wheels. I personally think black wheels are super boring.
I agree, and hides
like,
the design.
I love gold wheels like yours on like your BBSs. Those are badass. Your old ones, I really like those. I think gold or polished are the way to go on a car like this because the black wheels just blend in and they don't make a statement.
You're happy with the wheels? Are you going to be changing them out anytime soon?
I'm happy with them. I think I want to get another set. So I'm kind of debating whether I take the 826Ms, the stock ones, the original stock ones,
Yep.
and I might just do chrome. I might just chrome them.
Kind of like Casey, Florida G80.
Yeah.
These were chromed, right? Maybe not chrome, or they were painted like a normal silver alloy color.
Yeah, so I think I might do that, or I might get some Z Performance wheels, and just a little bit simpler design is what I would go for. So probably like 5 spokes.
Okay. And then up front we have all the carbon. We have what, V-style lip with a Vorsteiner grill.
Yep. So we have Vorsteiner grill. We have the V-style lip. I went with the dual air ducts. I personally think it gives a nice aggressive feel to the front.
I like those.
And then, then I have the carbon canards. Of course, we got the laser lights. You need the lasers.
Oh, for sure.
So, of course, we got the
yellow.
lasers. Yep, CSL yellow. Let me open the engine bay and we can go through that quick.
Or I didn't mention you have a nice tune on this, huh?
Yeah. We'll go over that in a second.
We'll get into the tune and what's done under the hood, so stay tuned, and then we'll also go for a ride later. So this video is
one more time.
It's gonna get better. Whoa.
All right, so under the hood, nothing too ridiculous right now, but I was thinking about going with carbon. We ended up with titanium titanium strut bars from Colorado N5X. We have the Burger Motorsport intakes, so engine mount. I don't know, something about front mounts just kind of scares me because I've heard stories about. No, not really the rain. I've heard more stories of like a rock comes flying through the grill.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that one.
And I've heard someone's turbo got blown.
I haven't heard of that one.
So yeah, we have the engine mount for now. I think I might switch it out for IRL blue titanium intakes. Those are like some of the best sounding front mounts. So if I do go front mount, that's what I would do. I've thought about even cherry, but I just can't get behind spending $3K. It's so expensive. They look so good though. There's no denying that. Then we got the carbon engine cover. And so, yeah, before Invasion, my plan is we're gonna do the shroud here. We're gonna do some side carbon, and then I wanna do the downstar bolts. And that's probably the rest of the stuff that I'll do to the engine bay. So honestly, this is probably like gonna be like the least modified part of the car.
So your tune it's femto unlock, or is it a JB4?
Yeah, so it's a femto unlock. It was done by M-Tech Performance. This is like their they call it the M700 package. And it was funny when we were tuning it, like the guy who tunes it there, Moose, was saying that my car has like one of the best engines he's ever seen in an S58. Like,
factory freak.
Factory. He said it's a factory freak. Like legit, like we put up 700 horsepower, like 697 horsepower on just 93 octane.
And you're not running 93, right? You have an E mixture?
Yeah, we have flex fuel kit. So I'm running E50 is what I always run.
And what were the official dyno numbers that you put down?
The official dyno numbers were 770 all-wheel horsepower and 760, I think like 763 torque.
Why would you need a single turbo, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that was only on E40. So that wasn't even, so they only put 40% ethanol in the car, but the tune's for E50, and it's actually going to be performing a little bit above that.
So this is almost 800 horsepower, guys. This is insane. I haven't been in a tuned G80 before. Or actually, I lied. I've been in one, but it was actually on aftermarket turbos and everything. So I'm excited to see what stock turbo, stock engine, everything G80 drives like.
It's
what it
an
feels
experience.
Like. You haven't gotten used to the power?
I have. I will say I have.
You always get used to the power, huh?
Exactly. I've had the tune now for about 3 months. So I'm definitely used to it by now, but I know how to control it in all scenarios, which is the key part. So
Have
I'm
you
not
done
running
any
into
launches?
a string. No, I've never done a launch. I've honestly, like I obviously like launch from like stoplights and stuff,
but not like you're not revving it up and dropping the brake. And...
No, because by me, like there's always traffic for the most part.
All right, guys,
so.
Stay tuned because we have some spots near here where I think he might be able to do a little launch.
Yeah, lose my launch virginity.
Let's see.
So this is one of the most minor details, but I love it because one thing that really pissed me off from factory was they made this air conditioner outline in black. And so it like didn't look right with the carbon right here. So I actually bought a carbon insert to go over here. And believe it or not, that part on this part on Amazon was like $80. And it's dry carbon.
Yeah, when I just stepping in or sitting in here, I didn't notice that this. I have a 22, so I don't even have this layout, but I didn't notice that it wasn't OEM. So we have full leather, so this is pretty good. So at night, when you get that ambient lighting, you get the the color kind of bounces off the white, or rather the silver stone. I have the red, so when you put different colors, it kind of like absorbs.
Yeah, I want to get that thing that you have with the center console.
Oh yeah,
lighting.
the light strips.
Yeah, I've just heard it doesn't match always.
I could show you mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, whatever one, if yours matches, well, I'm gonna order it.
Okay, I can help you install it too if you want.
Yeah, because it's definitely something that I feel like looks really good. And BMW, get on top of your ambient lighting. You guys do not do it like Mercedes.
Nah.
That's just facts.
Did you see the new BMWs though? They have like, instead of the strip, they have like a whole light
Oh,
bar.
like the new M5.
Yeah.
That
so maybe
sick.
the next 3 Series will have that, and they're just kind of
the renderings of the new 3 Series looks
weird.
trash,
Yeah,
dude.
it looks weird.
I don't think I think it was like 1,300 horsepower or something. I saw a video that CarWow made, and he's like, it's gonna be like 1,300 horsepower, but I think it was the electric one. And I'm like, it looks like that. I'm not gonna buy it. Like,
yeah. We might have no choice though, 5 years, once our cars start getting older and there's nothing else out there, we might be forced.
The S58's reliable, and kind of like how a lot of F90 owners are still, going strong with their F90s.
For
and
sure.
They're like, I like my F90 way better than the new G90, right? So like, I feel like a lot of people with G80s are gonna kind of be the same way. They're gonna be like, you know what, like this car is older, but I like the way it looks better, has better styling,
and it's reliable.
This might be one of the best M3s ever.
For sure. I mean, performance-wise, hands down,
Interior
it's the best.
too.
Interior is the best. Exterior is subjective. I personally think that the E92 is the best looking M3 of all time.
Yeah.
And the best sounding.
It's crazy the resale value on those still.
They're starting to come down a little bit just because all cars are kind of starting to lose. Not all cars, but most cars are starting to drop a little in value. But yeah, they definitely do hold their value better than some other cars.
And then steering wheel, we have a genuine carbon. So I went with
Is that the brand?
Genuine Carbon's the brand. We went with some white perforated leather with the M color tri-stitching, and then we have the RPM display at the very top, which I would say that's a big regret that I have. I'm actually going to be selling the steering wheel, so if anyone wants it, I'll
reach out to him on Instagram.
Sell it for a great deal.
You don't like the lights?
I don't like the lights, no. It's extremely distracting and really annoying.
Well, don't tell them that because nobody's going to buy it.
I mean, no, so some people love it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'd never had a steering wheel with this before, and I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome, and I got in like a month in, I'm just like, you know what, like I really don't need these lights.
Can you turn it off if you have an option to press a button?
You can turn it off, but then I wish there was just that stripe down the middle.
You want the stripe.
Yeah. Just the color of the lights. Let me see. It's one of these buttons. Yeah, you see welcome. It's funny, it welcomes you when you get in the car. You can like toggle through seeing RPMs. You can see G-force. You can see like what gear you're in, your speed. Yeah, there's a lot of like different settings. This is like, engine temperature, all that different stuff.
It's nice to have.
Yeah, so there's a lot of data that you can read from it. This thing can actually track your 0 to 60 time too.
Have you tested to see if it's accurate?
No, I haven't tested it. I mean, I have the Draggy right there.
Yeah, so we have the Draggy we're going to test out.
And then we have the Uniden R7 radar detector. So,
are you a speeder? You speed a lot?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Trying to get to the
gym?
Mexico,
though.
In Mexico,
yeah.
Yeah, we have Mexico. Actually, we're right on the border. Behind my house is actually the Mexican border, so that's where we're going to go test out the Draggy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I'm starting to cool it down a little bit, though, because, I've just had too many run-ins with the cops recently, about 3 in the last 6 months.
Oh, God. Oh, and then you have the OLED style
the GTS taillights, which you can see here. The only thing that sucks about the GTS taillights is that not all of them actually light up. So that one, for example, is broken.
That one,
and
too.
All my friends that have the GTS, because I have a couple other buddies with GTS, have the exact same issue and almost in the exact same spot.
Interesting. Are you going to switch back to OEM?
At some point, maybe. I like the OEM clears, and I really do like not the traditional red. I just think like the red clashes a little bit too much and
with the blue
takes away from the blue. Even when I had Tanzanite, I didn't like the OEM red. It didn't look right.
And then this is a functioning light, correct?
Yep, it's an 8K style diffuser.
So it only turns on with the brakes, or does it turn on with the tail lights?
I think it just turns on with the brake.
Oh yeah, same with mine. And then what exhaust do you have? We haven't gone over.
So for exhaust, I have Mad Fat Boy catless downpipes. They literally sound insane. Just open the car up a ton, and great for tuning, of course, since they're catless. My mid pipe right now is the Valvetronic mid pipe. It's the equal length. And I will say I do not like Valvetronic at all. I think their parts are just trash. And also because
fitment issues, what's the
fitment issue? So I ordered an axle back, and literally no matter what I did, the exhaust tips were crooked. Like they weren't on the same level. They were like angled up, angled down. It looked like shit. And I was trying to go back and forth, and I'm like, hey, you sent me this exhaust, and these exhaust tips don't fit right at all. And they wouldn't give me any refund. They were just like, oh, you just need to adjust them more. Took them to a shop multiple times, didn't adjust them. And you know, really, like, what Valvetronic is, it's literally just Alibaba. It's just Alibaba bullshit. And I have their mid pipe still. The only reason I have their mid pipe is because the mid pipe that I ordered doesn't come out for about another month. So I have the IRL 4-inch modular mid pipe.
Single. So you're switching, you have an equal length now, and then you're going to be switching to this 4-inch single mid.
Yeah.
So that's the same setup I have, except I think mine is I believe it's a 3.5-inch single mid, and I also have the Fat Boy catless downpipes.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard like some Valvetronic exhausts sound good, but also with the axle backs, besides the fitment issues, it was so drony.
Yeah.
Like so
I
raspy.
like the stock muffler because we can press the button and close the valves, and then you open them up and it sounds like a straight pipe, and you don't get the drone that you get with aftermarket mufflers.
Not at all. Once I went back to the stock axle back, I was so happy with the sound.
Yeah.
And I still am not completely happy with the sound, just because the mid pipe, if I would rate it, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. 7.5.
I mean, these are hard. Like, these are never going to be more than a 7 or 8. I think most people watching and who hear the S58, the G80s in general, hate the sound. So there's not much you can really do to make them sound good.
They're loud, but it doesn't sound super refined.
It's not refined at all.
And you know, when you like drive, like let's say a Porsche or a Lambo or Ferrari, like honestly, these cars are just as fast, if not faster, especially if they're tuned. But you can never replicate that V8, V10, or V12 sound.
I mean, for the money, you're not going to have the perfect car at this, you know, the value standpoint. Bad sound, but the overall performance. I wouldn't say it's
bad. It does, like, it is loud. I think sometimes in some situations at some RPMs it sounds good, but at the higher RPMs, I just don't think it sounds very refined.
But you can't beat the performance, especially on a X-Drive, and then
how reliable it is. I mean, it's the ultimate like grocery getter, ultimate, you know, 5-seater sedan. It's comfortable in the back seats. Like, that's what I love about this car. Like, this car does it all.
Yep.
You know, you can take it to the track and have a crazy track day. You can take it to the grocery store. You can take it on a long road trip, especially with our comfort seats. And you can take this thing thousands of miles and be comfortable. Wish sometimes like the shifts were a little bit faster.
Do you have XHP?
I do have XHP. I have the Stage 2. So that has definitely helped, but especially like completely stock. I'm like, sometimes it like doesn't upshift fast or doesn't downshift quite as fast as you want.
Right. All right, so stay tuned. We're gonna go take the car for a ride. We're gonna stop, get some exhaust revs. Again, it's not gonna be the best sounding thing, but we wanna hear what the equal length mid-pipe sounds with the Fat Boy catless downpipes with the stock muffler, and then we'll try and get some poles and maybe use the draggy if Alex is comfortable with how much space we have over across the border in Mexico.
Yeah, let's road trip to Mexico.
Yeah. We're gonna now go for the ride, so stay tuned for some acceleration, some draggy, and exhaust clips. I know I said this before, but if you're getting a G80 and you're speccing it, make sure to get the parking package, because that definitely makes a big difference when you're backing out or pulling in and you're lowered. And then make a right here. Jesus. Wow. That's the first pull I felt. God damn. Watch out, this guy's gonna turn. And it's gonna be a left. Keeps on
because a lot of the horsepower comes on at about like so the 780 horsepower comes on at about 6,500 RPMs.
So all the way at the top.
And then the max torque comes on too at about 6,300 RPMs.
I felt that. It felt like at the slower, not at the slower speeds, but in the beginning, I'm like, okay, this feels fast, and then all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh. Alright, so that was the exhaust driving. Now we're going to put the mic on the back of the car and get some driving clips with the sound from the outside. So you're not going to hear us talking for the next minute or two of the video, so enjoy. So that was Alex's first time ever launching his car. So he lost his launch virginity on video here on the channel. The best 0 to 60 we got was 3.05.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it hesitated.
Yeah, the car hesitated on one of the shifts, so I think it's definitely, it has twos in it for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just because too, we all tried launching it like a million times before.
Yep.
And ChatGPT was wrong. It needs to be in DSC off because it was still launching pretty hard with MDM, but we weren't getting the engaging launch control.
Yeah, so ChatGPT said to put it in MDM mode, but it turns out you have to put it in DSC off. You have to put the shifting in Sport Automatic number 3, and then you have to do 4-wheel drive Sport, and then foot to the floor with the accelerator while holding the brake, and then it pops up with the launch control active little icon in the top left, and then you just drop the brake and it goes.
Yeah.
Pretty wild though, like
that was fun. That was definitely a rush. But we'll have to come back here another day sometime.
Yeah, maybe it's also hot out. It's 86 degrees,
yeah,
this car says. So maybe a cooler day, maybe at night. Just make sure the tires are warm. But
yeah, honestly, probably
day.
For like 0 to 60 launches too, I feel like drag radials are probably the best too for traction. Like these are PS4s, which are a good grippy tire, but I feel like drag radials probably make a difference with like grip. That's why everyone uses them at the drag strip, you know?
So yeah, we got 3.06. There was another one with 3.05. And you had a little bit of a upward slope, so could have been the difference between a 3 and a 2
Yeah,
second.
0 to 30 in 1.35 seconds.
Pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, the first couple of videos I took of the launch, I actually stopped recording because the phone flew back and I pressed the button on the side of the phone.
Yeah.
Didn't even get some of that.
No, I think this car, I mean, I think realistically I could probably get it down to about like 2.6. I mean, this is my first time launch controlling it, so I'm sure I'm not doing it like a fucking pro.
Yeah, we were kind of launching it without using, like, we were doing the sequence but in the wrong mode, so we were launching it without actually using the correct function. So it could have, you know, made the engine hot, it's warm out, so it could be the difference between the 2s and the 3s with 0 to 60.
Yeah. No, I mean, this car definitely can go 2s. With the tune, I mean, even like, I've seen some stock G80s going like 2.9 in like perfect conditions.
Yeah.
All that stuff, so it definitely has it in it. Now I know about this spot in Mexico. It's a great spot.
Yep. The only annoying part is, like, if you stop here, you have to speak Spanish because nobody knows how to communicate around
They
here.
have the best tacos in the area.
Best tacos. There's actually a good taco truck up there.
But yeah, that was a good time.
That was fun. Full leather is nice, having the nice stitching.
Is
on
yours
top.
not full leather?
It's not. It's just the regular
Okay.
extended. So it's kind of like this rubbery texture on top. I feel like this drifting smell good.
It smells very good. This is the pine scent. Can you smell it?
Yeah, I do actually. Kind of smells like
it's really
Christmas
good.
tree.
I just got it, and
Make a left here.
I'm just hoping it lasts longer than a lot of the other ones because I feel like you get an air freshener and like it barely lasts
Yeah.
like a week, and then you can't smell it.
I've been getting a lot of ads for that actually.
Yeah, no, that's how I bought it. I saw the ads, and I'm like, let me try these out.
You got influenced.
Yeah, I did get influenced.
The influencer got influenced. Would you consider yourself an influencer?
I mean, if you're defining influencer as like having a following on Instagram, yeah, sure, but like,
You get business through Instagram mostly?
yeah. I mean, I'm more like, I use Instagram more for like just business, and I'm not really trying I'm not trying to sell a bunch of like BS products to people, which I feel like, you know, that's kind of how like influencers have like a negative connotation sometimes in certain circles, just selling everything and everything, you know, like
anything they get their hands
everything
on.
and anything.
Anything with a commission.
Exactly.
Oh shit, we're gonna kill this duck. Oh. You do like online coaching, meal plans?
Yeah, meal plans, supplement plans, training plans, literally everything. Check-ins with my clients.
What's your bench?
My max bench ever is 465.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I weighed like 225 at that time when I did that. Right now I'm like getting ready for a show. I need to be 194 or below to make weight.
Well, like 6% body fat left in.
Nah, dude, it's leaner. Like now, like amateur shows, yeah, 6% is probably like good conditioning. For pros, it's more like 5. You know, you start talking about those big open guys, those like mass monsters. They're literally like maybe 3.5%, 4%. So yeah, my goal is to try to get around 5.
Guess my max bench ever.
Well, I know you work out, and I feel like you're one of those guys that are deceivingly strong.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna guess
Polish power.
you could probably do 350.
The most I've ever done is 355. So
Okay,
yeah,
very close.
spot on.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Alex's G80. I want to thank Alex for coming out here, for going over the car, and then also taking us for a ride and doing launch control for the first time. That was a lot of fun. Launching an 800 horsepower G80. So yeah, I appreciate it. Give him a follow on Instagram. I'm going to tag his car page as well as his fitness page, so give him a follow. Anything you want to say?
Thank you guys for watching the video.
All right, I'll see you in the next one.